Good morning, everyone, and welcome. I'm Connie Douglas from Great Stamping with Connie. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Canada, and I would like to welcome you to Connie's Craft Along. I am coming to you from my craft studio in Wasaga Beach, Ontario, and I'd like to thank you for stopping by. And hopefully, you're going to join me in some crafting, whether you are watching me live or on the replay. I know for all my friends out in Western Canada, this is kind of early, but I'm trying to I'm trying to do it all, right? Don't we love to do it all? I'm trying to share some crafting, uh, but I also am a ski instructor in the winter, so my time is not my own as much as it is in the off season. So I'm trying to fit this in, and it is all recorded, so you can always join me on replay and craft along with me there. So if you are here or if you're watching the replay, do say hello. Let me know that you have stopped by, and let me know how your new year is going so far. We're early in the new year, but oh my goodness, so many things going on, and we will chat about some of those things as we go. Two of the big ones, my in-person retreat in Stayner, Ontario, coming up March 26th to 29th. Registration is now open for that, so you are invited to join me. Just gonna check this here for comments so that I can see what we have going on. Um, so yes, Stainer, Ontario, an awesome weekend, crafting and chatting and friendship and relaxing, delicious meals, no chores, no cooking, no dishes, none of that stuff, just the fun things. So it's an awesome weekend, and registration for that is open. You will find all the information on my Girls Getaway Weekend Facebook page, or on my Great Stamping with Connie page as well. So, or you can reach out to me at greatstampingwithconnie at gmail.com. No, greatstamping@gmail.com, or Great Stamping with Connie is my website. I'll show you the website in just a minute when we head down to the crafting area. The other big one is if coming to Stainer, Ontario is not an option for you, I have an online crafting mega workshop that I am involved with. There's 4 demonstrators. We have come together to bring you a full day of crafting, lots and lots of crafting, 4 different bundles that we will be using, 16 make and takes, 4 mystery stamping projects, prizes, gifts, the whole 9 yards. Lots and lots and lots going on with that. That is February the 28th, and registration for that is also open now. So, 2 big crafting events to help you get through the winter. If you're in Canada or somewhere cold and snowy, we like crafting events to help us get through the winter, don't we? Okay, let's get down to the crafting area. And there's my website, greatstampingwithconnie.com. So if you go there, there's a button to contact me. Or you can message me on Facebook. Look, we're here. We're on Facebook. Send me a messenger message. That will work too. Just reach out if you want more information about anything that I'm running, not just my big events, but any events. Okay, so we used to do Connie's Craft Along, and then we had to take a little bit of a break from it over the summer when I had cottage renovations going on and things. But we're back. So let's do some crafting. Each week I will give you some supplies to prepare, and then we'll get together and we will craft together, put the cards together, have some crafting fun. So, first card, we need standard card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Then I have a cardstock layer, and this is 5 1/4 by 4, and I have embossed it. It's dark, but can you see that? Isn't that lovely? I have 2 current faves, and I have used both of them for today's projects. So I'm kind of loving this one. This is the beautiful pattern embossing folder, and it is lovely. Nice little dots and things, fairly subtle, but definitely adds some texture and a lovely pattern. So, um, as I said, one of my current faves. Your faves change on a regular basis, right? As we get new things, our faves change. Anyway, 5¼ by 4. Whoops. And you don't have to emboss it. If you want to do the first one plain, not a problem. Or you can go ahead and emboss right from the get-go. Then we have 4 pieces of cardstock, and these are 1½ inches square. Okay. We have 4 of those, and then we have 4 pieces of designer series paper, and these are 1¼ inches square. Can you figure out what we're going to do with those? I didn't say this was going to be difficult or tricky, but it does make a cute card. And Craft Spot on Monday, we were using up random sized scraps. And you can do that with random pieces. But if you want something a little more uniform, these are all squares, but they're small. So this layout as well is great for using up the last little bits of your designer series paper packages. And then we have a shape for a sentiment. And this one happens to be from uh, a new bundle in the mini catalog called Lovely Arrangements. So that's just a wonderful shape die for sentiments. These are actually fabulous dies. We are going to use this for the January card class. So if you like what you saw there in that little sneaky peek, look for my card class information. That too comes out in email. You need to get on my mailing list if you are not on my mailing list. Okay, let's do some crafting. So I wasn't quite sure what color ink I wanted to stamp with. So I have Night of Navy and Berry Burst. I'm thinking maybe Berry Burst. We'll keep it light and happy and all that stuff. Um, so I mentioned the Lovely Arrangements stamps or bundle. This is the stamp set. Look, just like hello, look at these sentiments. Isn't like love the font, love the sentiments, love the sizing. And then there's also some flowers and some greenery, and then the coordinating dies. So, wow, love it. So I am going to use the Happy Birthday. This is our new Stampin' Die packaging. Not sure if you have seen it yet. So everything is the same size, the stamps and the die packages. And what I did was when I got this, I inked up this full sheet, laid this down over it, and put, oops, a stamped image on this side of the paper. Okay, you do need to give it a little minute to dry because this is sort of glossy paper. Then I stuck the thin layer from the stamps on top of here. The thick layer is over on this side. But then when you're finished, you can just put your stamps upside down on here. They're all in place. When you close it, your stamps will naturally stick to this thicker piece. So that's just one way of doing things. There are no right or wrong ways for these things. That's just what I have decided to do. And for me, so far, it's working. Excuse me, I just need to blow my nose for a moment. I seem to have a bit of a cold, so I'll be right with you. I kind of felt it coming on yesterday a little bit, and then by last night, it's like, yep, I have a cold. Whoops, I was going to stamp, wasn't I? Oh gosh, good memory, but short. Okay. Berry Burst, sentiment piece. Let's get some stamping going on here, and then we will assemble. Now I'm just going to put this right in the center of that. This time of year, we all need birthday cards, don't we? It's we've been spending a lot of time making Christmas cards and holiday gifts and all those kinds of things, and um, we tend not to make a lot of birthday cards. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh my goodness, I have birthdays and I need cards, and I'm behind. So January typically is a big birthday card creating month. So my the cards for my January class will they will be birthday cards, but it's a to-go kit, so you can use whatever sentiments you have in your stash. It's entirely up to you. If you need something else, you can do that. So, okay, there's our sentiment. And now I am just going to adhere these to my cardstock. So you could do a mix and match with these as we got to the other day after I put adhesive on all of the the same side, so I didn't end up doing it. And I don't think I'm going to do it again today just because I really like this the patterns on this designer series paper. So I think we're gonna stick with this side. So, okay. These all adhesived up. And then, whoop, stick in me. Okay. It. Okay. I have lost one of my squares. We will find it in a moment. I thought maybe it was stuck to the back of this. Oh, there it is. Look at that, berry burst on berry burst. Hard to see. Okay, so the advantage of your liquid glue is that when you set it down, you can wiggle it a little bit. You can't wiggle with your tape runner, but you can kind of lift it off again and rearrange a little bit. Oh, whoop, a little bit of cat fur on there. Gosh, who knew? I'm wondering if I do these in the morning, if perhaps Oscar and Felix will not be as involved. I guess we'll see over time, won't we? Okay, card base. If you are not familiar, when you score your cardstock, you end up with a mountain and a valley. You always want to fold the mountain together. That is the way the fibers naturally break. So you just get a nice, crisp, clean fold when you do that. If you do it the other way, not the end of the world. It will still work and it will be fine, but just sometimes you can get a little bit of creasing in your cardstock if you do it the other way, or if you don't score. You should always score your card bases. So, okay, I am using liquid glue on here because this is embossed. I want the adhesive to go down into all the little nooks and crannies to make sure I have good coverage on there. And then we are just going to arrange these on here. And this can be any pattern you want. There's no right or wrong. We have 4 squares and we're just going to put them onto our card. And then we're going to add our sentiment. Kind of like it right like that. Think I can can I recreate that? Can I take this apart and put it back together? Maybe we'll do it one at a time just to kind of keep the spacing and the pattern that we think works well. I should probably use liquid glue on here too, because this is going on top of embossing. So we want this to stick together nicely as well. So I'll move over to liquid glue on here. We will come in remember exactly how I had it, but I think that will work. I did not press that down, you may have noticed. And that will allow me to just go back and wiggle it a little bit when I get all four of these on, if I want to do that. And I think we might want this guy up a little bit higher, don't we? Oopsie, but there's a limit. But I can go to there. What do you think? Is that working? That's working. Eh? We'll just do this slightly less angled. Okay, and I'm going to give that a nice press. And then the sentiment we are going to put on with dimensionals. And this is, it's kind of right in between. I think two dimensionals will be enough. I don't think doesn't quite, not quite long enough that I'm worried about it sagging in the middle, since I also put the dimensionals in a little bit. Put this right there. Well, and then, of course, we just need some bling, and let's see, I know what are these. Charming Shimmer faceted dots. These are lovely because we have Berry Burst. Look at that. Exactly what we're after. That will look really nice on the dark background, I think. Oop. Could look really nice on my finger too, but I don't really want it on my finger. I need a little more putty on here. It's not really enough there to pick up the gems. When you're turning up your putty, go slowly, because it does tend to squeeze out after you have given it a bit of a squish. So you don't want to end up with too much, or things don't. Then you get too much and it just sort of rolls around and doesn't stick well. There we go. Look at that. Okay, card number one. Okay, I'm struggling to put those back in there. We're just going to set them in the front of that for now. And we're going to move on to card number two. So for this one, same measurements, card base. That is Timid Tiger. And, excuse me, I decided to do my layer in Timid Tiger as well. So rather than alternating colors here, I've used the same one. And this is the eyelet embossing folder. This is my other current fave. So again, a small pattern, but adds beautiful texture. Love that one as well. I have my 4 pieces of cardstock. This is Pretty Peacock, and these are 1.5 by 1.5. And then I have 4 pieces of Designer Series paper, and these are 1.25 squares. This time I have used the lovely Labeled with Love. It is lovely. It's not called lovely. Labeled with Love punch, and I have punched that out, and I was thinking I would use the Simply Said stamp set and this Birthday Wishes. Again, sticking with the birthday because that's what we need. Set that over there. Put this onto a block. And I think this time I'm going to use Pretty Peacock. Again, I wasn't sure what I wanted. I thought when I sort of lay it out, I can decide. So Timid Tiger and Pretty Peacock. I'm going to go with Pretty Peacock for this one. Just Oop. Get it all inked first, get a better stamp. Okay, right onto there. There we go. little light on that end that I hadn't inked at first. Maybe we'll try it once more and we can compare. I do also have more white, basic white cardstock sitting here somewhere. I have a strip and I have the punch. So if, you know, just in case I really mess things up. Hopefully we don't get there. Just gonna hold it for a moment, make sure we get a good press. And there we go. Okay. Give this just a little clean off. And close this up so we don't get ink anywhere that we don't want it. Alrighty. And let's bring these guys in. And you know what? Let's just use the liquid adhesive for all of this stuff. It will be quick and easy. Go. I like these cards that you can, you could, if you wanted to do this as a bit of an assembly line, you could, get all your gluing done and then you just sit down and put all your pieces onto your layer. And you don't have to do that layer. You don't have to emboss it. You can switch this up any old way you like. That's the beauty of all of this is that this is a starting point. This is one way. Uh, excuse me. You could make these designer series paper squares a little bit larger. Oh, that's a little bit of a messy cut there. Let's just clean that up a little bit. There we go. You could make these designer series paper squares a little bit bigger, and then you could skip the cardstock layer if you wanted to give you a different look. You could double layer them. You, you know, like I said, this is just the start. It's the beginning. It's the let me inspire you to create. There we go. And you can put them on your card in different ways as well. You don't have to layer them top to bottom the way I did. You could even do it as a landscape card. Maybe we'll lay this out and just see how that looks. Not sure, but let's take a peek, shall we? So many things that you can do. You can try different variations. And that's what I hope these craft-alongs inspire you to craft. Oh, I should have put this on dimensional, shouldn't I? Often when I do a same color layer, I pop it up on dimensionals just so you see it a little bit more. But it is embossed, so we do have good texture going on there. So I think it'll be fine. Just over slightly. Okay. My nose was just a little runny there. Okay, so now let's maybe come in with something like this and just play a little bit and see what we think, see where we go with this, see what we have going on, see whether we like it. Oh, could do that. And then something like this. Kind of interesting. Maybe come out almost to the edges. So these are just like diamond patterny. And then this in the middle. Whoop. Should be bigger, I think, than it's a little too much orange showing through the back for that. But let's see if we bring it in closer, what we think. Is what I want? Nope, I'm not sure that's what I want. think I like the diamonds straight up and down. Because now the you know the it must be symmetrical is sort of kicking in. Hmm, I'm not loving it. It's not it's not jumping at me, I guess is kind of where I am. So maybe we're going to go back to to this and try this again and come in same sort of thing. Why is this not it's just not quite clicking? Maybe because of this shape. Did I cut any more? I do have more of this one. Let's just stamp just for fun. Let's stamp that happy birthday on here and see whether that's what's not not quite working. I don't know. What do you think? Is that working or is it not quite right? So way. To me, it just doesn't, I don't know. It's not grabbing me. It's not saying, yes, this is beautiful. We like this layout. I don't know about how these are touching too, or not touching, or I don't know. Maybe I should just do very random. I like that better, actually. That's interesting. Is that because of the paper? Is that because I don't know. Uh, edge the sentiment. Oh, there we go. That could work, couldn't it? Good thinking, Janet. I need a sponge dauber. I will be right back. We're close. One moment. Okay. With timid tiger. Okay. Here we go. Timid tiger. And I do have the ink here. We used to do sponging on the edge of our sentiments all the time, kind of back in the day. And then we sort of got away from it. When I guess maybe when they started coming out with layered dies, and you could cut a layer. And sometimes I will cut a piece of cardstock and then cut it in half, or punch another piece, and then that gives it some definition as well. But just see what do we think. Yeah, I don't know. I almost think it should have been pretty peacock because it's sitting mostly on Timid Tiger. Can we do pretty peacock on this side? Should we start over with that? Let's come in here for a moment. Let's go back to this. Because what the heck, we're just playing, right? We're just having a little bit of a crafting create time here. I'm just going to come in with these. That kind of works. I kind of like that. Why do I like that better than the other one? Isn't that crazy? And what happens if we put this on here? See, now it's sitting more on the blue, so it does define it more. I think this is too big though. I think that's maybe what's not working for me. And if we just turn this and come in here like that, hmm, too many choices. See, now we have too many choices. Let's try this way, just to be different, right? Can we do that? I think that works. So let's kind of go with this. Okay. Now again, can I lift these and get them, get the glue on here and get them back the way they were that I liked, that we think works? We will see. Just going to drop that down there. And again, I've not pressed these down so that we can wiggle. We can't totally rearrange at this point, I don't think. Uh, I do like the look of that sentiment with the timid tiger on the edge. This will have to go on to something else. Somehow, maybe larger squares. Maybe that would work better. More, better proportioning for the sentiment size and the squares size. Okay, what do we think? Are we there? Do we have it? If we do this, does that work? That works. I might cover that up. I think we're good. We're gonna go with it. We're smacking it down. And we'll come in with some center dimensionals on here. So while this is sitting here, it does look lovely. Whoop. I think maybe bigger squares. Maybe that was it. I want to try and get this middle-ish. Right at the edge of both of those points. Okay, there we go, like that. And then, the all important, of course, we think that. No, that doesn't really do much, does it? Let's see what else we have in here. We could do gold. I'm liking the colored gems, though. Let's see what I have. Ooh. No, sadly. Oh, these are Calypso coral, I believe. Yes, but they might work, even though we're timid tiger. Let's just see what we think. A little dark. Oh, maybe just the white. Ooh, yeah, the white kind of pops, doesn't it? Okay. Pearls of Beauty. I think that's where we're going. Just going to take a little flip through some more of these. Oh, okay. Then these are in colors. Oh, but look. Apparently I like Timid Tiger. Okay, well, uh, moving along. Do I have another pack of those in here? I'm sure I have another pack somewhere, but maybe not in here. Oh, I do. Do we want, you know what though? I think the white pops more. Okay, let's just go with this. So, there we go. Okay. Get all these things out of the way here so we can see what we have ended up with. So there you go. Look at that. Two uh kind of different cards. Similar look, but a little bit different just to change things up a bit, right? Oh. Where are we going here? Add me back in. There we go. Okay. So that's what I have for you for today. Hopefully it's inspiration. As I say, this is an easy layout, great way to use up your scraps of designer series paper. And you can just, do all your cutting and gluing and then just sit down and rearrange them. And maybe it's proportions. So the size of your squares versus the size of your sentiment piece. I don't know. Maybe it's just my mood today. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I hope you like the cards and let me know which one you prefer. The Night and Avian Berry Burst, or the Timid Tiger and Pretty Peacock. That's it for now. Have an awesome day, everyone. We'll see you next time. Take care.